What is cracking, lads? We are here with a live training session. I actually was recording it from when I started at 9:30, but I found that the action was not very good. And first of all, we did not check the news at first, so there was 9:45 news, 10 o'clock news that I noticed during my recording. So I basically didn't want to take any trades. At first, I wanted to take this Fair Valley gap, but market was just running up the price so much. We took the 15-minute buy side earlier last night, right? So let's step back really quick, all the way back. So we have the 1 hours here still, 15-minute there, 5-minute there, 1 minute there after those small little market shifts. They got their respective sell sides marked. This one got taken in the AM session, in the Asia session. So I had another one marked just for the morning when we started. Got swept through, pretty destroyed. The action was just too aggressive for me, so I couldn't get in on this trade like my recipe would have wanted me to. This action was too choppy, so I was pretty tempted to take a short. Good thing I learned from yesterday during the 3:30. This was exactly what it looked like. Yesterday when I was trading on that 150K account, if you take a look here, literally the exact same action. I was trying to take shorts here, and it just wasn't working out for me. So I was able to recognize that this morning and just stay nice and relaxed. Then we had 10 o'clock news come out. The 9:45 didn't really do much except push us a little higher, I think. Yeah, not really anything. It was the 10 o'clock news where we swept all of the highs first and then swept all of those lows. I mean, this was 5,000 contracts basically stopped out instantly. So I'm glad I was not in the trade in that either. I was thinking and talking in the recording about how I think, you know, which side getting taken first maybe matters, especially when we're in sync taking all the highs, but then when we take the lows, we kind of form an SMT. Because I did watch a video on SMTs, and I'm pretty much only going to look for them on the 5 minute for now, just so that my confirmations are stronger. Because I heard the 1 minute can fake you out a little bit, and as you can see here, that makes sense to me because depending on where I put it, it could confirm or deny the SMT. But if we did it on the 5 minute, it looks like it's an SMT, so we are still pushing bullish like I thought. I had a discount range over here, but I think I was overusing it because I don't think I should be doing this, right? Having an initial discount, which works, and then just continuously pushing up as we push higher. I don't think that's how the fib retracement works. So I kind of made a new one here, which seems a little more accurate because we did bounce off this discount zone and now we're moving up again. Only reason I didn't want to trade here is because, again, we're just looking really choppy, and I'm not interested in a choppy trade today. I'd rather not trade at all than have a choppy trade go wrong, based off of yesterday. So, um, see, now that we have a new high, I'm considering, should I put this new high or did this one already become complete? Should I look for a new one? I'm not sure. We do have a displacement here, though, and actually a defined displacement that I like. Because I've been looking at this since 9:30, and there just has not been any moment where I think I have a golden trade in front of me. I even had this order block here, and I wanted to trade this order block, but first of all, my risk is really low because it's at 35, and the lowest I could get in is like 50. So that's $15 risk. Again, not my $9 risk. So if I was going to do that, I need $45 of profit, which would have been like 95 area, which we're kind of coming up to now, but getting in a trade like that would have been out of my comfort zone, I think. And we just don't need to do anything like that. So basically, to sum it all up, making a lot of recordings, a lot of pausing, a lot of stopping. Kind of got tired of it, so I said, let's restart the video. Just so kind of as a live session, we just haven't had any good action yet. So I think the only news left now after that big piece was, what was it, 10:15? Oh, that's Europe. 10:30 and then 12, pretty low impact. So I'm pretty much gonna consider us not having any more news for the day. So yeah, I'm just gonna pause again and all right. I redrew my fib retracement. I'm kind of tired of this order block, honestly. I want to delete it, but I still think it's maybe important. We have a first good, clear, healthy displacement since 9:30. And I think we've been very patient on price action, and I think now may be a time where we can look for a trade. Adjusting this Fibonacci retracement actually is confirming this bias because I'm going to take that most recent leg, and it's looking pretty good now for me to get into that trade. I think we've waited well long enough. And I don't see any any bearish SMTs really, so I think we're still bullish. There's no reason to think we're bearish. We are retracing down, but as you can tell, it's very weak retracement. It's very contested retracement, and that's what I like. That's what we want to see. I think I'm going to start putting in my buy here, my long. I'm going to set it up. We want to get into discount, so and going under here would be unreasonable. So 56 low, we have to buy in 65 pretty much. Yep, that's not too bad. So I think we can maybe buy in 66 and a half, stretch it down there, and then stretch our take profit up to that nice juicy high. I'm going to mark this because I'm starting to lose track of it. This, don't really care for which one, honestly, because this is all concurrent. It works. Okay, we're kind of getting into the zone. We got to get ready. Let's do 66 and a half, like I said. Boom. I thought I was in the trade for a second. What did I say? And then this is, I mean, that's really low, honestly. Maybe we could do 67 here. 67, if we went lower, then, yeah, it's 58. 58 seems good. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Every single time, I think the $9 is just spun on. Let's look at our take profit, because usually it is a little bit aggressive. 94. Oh, oh my goodness. The stars are aligning. I just need it to touch our discount, and we're in. I'm actually not going to even, I'm not going to touch a straight at all. It's almost too perfect. Yeah, we have a lot of orders sitting at 67, so not that I've ever used these orders as an indicator of anything, but it's nice to see when like minds think alike or something. I don't know the phrase. So again, looking for some SMTs here. Making sure we don't have bearish ones. That's really what I'm worried about. We don't, so I mean, if this counts as one. No, it doesn't. Yep, that was pretty much our only real SMT, and I'm glad that I'm not seeing as many SMTs anymore, because the last thing I need is to be flooded with 30 SMTs and not knowing which one I should take. So I'm more than okay with this one. First displacement here. I doubt we're going to go full bearish on it, so I am very confident in this trade, I think, and in my 67, because again, markets always tend to drop just under that discount, always tend to test that fair value gap. There's no reason to get in on the middle of it, no reason to get in on the top of it. If it literally touched the top and then blasted off, there's nothing I can do about that. We are just covering our risk better than we are trying to rush into a trade. Look at all that buy side waiting for me. Looks amazing. There's nothing to do here but wait. Oh, here we go. 69. Not quite. Not quite enough. And that's what I mean, is a lot of people would get in the trade right here, and I think it's just so early. If anything, now I think if it stretches down to 67, it'd be kind of early, so it makes me want to push it down just ever so slightly lower. But again, I think our risk is really good here, so I don't think there's a need to drop it down much more. And yeah, we left that there and actually left me buy a tick. It's funny. It's funny because I know we're going to come back and grab it, so I'm not worried. Because of that, I'm going to scooch it down just a little more. And now our risk is at, what, 56.5 or something? Or 55.5? 57.5. Okay, that works. Okay with that. What I really need is for us to go bearish just a little bit more. Do we have any bearish confirmations here? Not really. Nothing crazy. If we were to somehow make some SMT for some reason, it would likely be on this low. But we're in the trade, so let's just ignore that for now. We're in, right?
Order filled.
There we go. As I said. All right, so pay attention closely to this fair value gap. That's our only job now. Make sure we're not getting disrespected, because if we are, it's not good news, and that is not good news. So let's hope that we wick back upwards. If we close under that, I'm just canceling the trade immediately. Again, our risk is down there, and yeah, this is not. That is looking really
Stop
aggressive. Fill. Yeah, and we stop that. So that's 189. Wow. So what do we think about that? What do we think? First of all, our discount got blatantly disrespected, right? So maybe it was wrong. I don't think it was, to be honest. I think this is an unnatural move, again, with choppy action. I think B, we need to size down. So if we make the money back, then we'll talk about sizing back up. But for now, it doesn't need to happen. We still have all those buy sides. I think it's because of those equal lows. I should have been more careful. I should have waited till them to get taken. And because now I think that we're gonna. Again, I'm just always too early, so I'm thinking about, how early was I? And was it really still too early, or is this something that I just can't predict? Or exactly, I'm just trying to predict it. So I think that fair value gap was pretty valid though to trade. I'm actually going to leave this here because this is pretty important. If we were bullish, it would have been respected. So there's just something is going on for sure. And again, see, now we have a bearish fair value gap here. So if this gets disrespected, now I'm just going to know it's too early. And we're probably actually going to grab these equal lows. So I think I can switch here momentarily. Especially if we come back into this fair value gap, let's say at 63, and then we have till, yeah, we can do that. Or 63 right there. I think, yeah, we need to flip the bias here because that move down was so strong. We just blatantly disrespected everything we worked on. And if I have my risk up at 70, we can cut this risk down low. If it goes wrong, we can just be done for the day. Clearly something we're not understanding. We're leaving so many lows. That's all I can tell right now is we're leaving a lot of lows. So I think I was jumping the gun on the bullish. I think we need to come back up, grab these lows, and then we can talk about a long. 63 up to 69, basically 70. Yeah, 70 is good enough for sure. We're actually bearish here. And then our take profit could easily be this 44, just slightly lower. 36 is pretty low. Easy belows I would take. 36, 35, let's say 38. 38 seems pretty safe to me. This isn't choppy action though, that's what I'm glad for. Because if it were choppy, we'd be in trouble. And SMT is the next thing I want to look for. Do we have any SMT? I don't think so. And hopefully we don't have an SMT there either, because that would not be cool. And we're in the order.
Order filled.
This is not making that noise. Well, it should be. I think actually 44 is I should not be getting hungry for more than 44. 38 is really, really low. Especially if I'm cutting down my risk on this trade. There's no need for me to be increasing my profit. So let's do 44 just to be safe. Last thing I need is for this to wick just slightly above it. And then just, ruin my day. But this fair value gap is holding nicely, I think. And if, again, we just fly above it, I mean, there's nothing I can do. It's just something that the recipe does not explain. And that doesn't need to be. So I have it at 44. Nice, nice. Now we just gotta judge our bearish action, because if it's really, really, really bearish, then we can justify dropping it a little lower. And I think we do have really bearish action. It's just a little bit choppy. That's the only reason why I'm not, 1,000% confident on it. It gets really choppy as soon as I get in the trade. That's what I find funny. Yeah, that's alright. As long as we're closing under this fair value gap, I think if anything, I actually want it to close under these other candles, because that would be nice confirmation. And now that's not what's happening. So yeah, I'm definitely cool with the 44 mark. Might even push up to 50, because this choppy action isn't my favorite. I do not like choppy action at all. I'm actually considering just getting out of this trade. Especially if we close like halfway up this fair value gap, I'm getting out of the trade. Because the last thing I need is choppy action, and then it starting going the other way. Like, we wicked up, it did what it was supposed to do, like in terms of stopping people out in order to continue lower. So there'd be no reason for it to just, blast up. And that's exactly what's happening. Very suspicious here. I'm very suspicious. This is just too choppy to make sense. And it's going to jump up. It should not be going above this wick. It just should not be. Should not be going above that wick. I'm not even moving up that risk. There's no need. I don't need to move anything at all right now. Yep, and that just doesn't make sense. So I'm getting out of this trade as soon as I can. Yep, there's no need. It's just going to stop me out.
Stop filled.
I think we're done for the day, honestly. Yeah, I think that's going to have to be it for the day. There's just no sense in any of these trades. I think that the trades I took were fine. I don't think that. I don't even want to get in this trade again, because, this is getting disrespected now, right? So I just don't understand why it decided, we go bearish really strongly. We have equal lows down here. We have, a disrespected fair value gap bullish. We have a fair value gap that's bearish here that's holding. We have a low down here to grab. I don't understand why we're not grabbing it. So this is just nothing lines up, and I don't need to trade if it's not lining up, because I know 70% of the time this is an easy grab. Like, I even sized down because I was worried less about the profit, more about the confirmation of my recipe. And like, this as well is like, it's our first healthy bullish displacement, right? We have equal low, so like, I should know better, but we just had an SMT. Our choppy action finally was done. So it just, we had a retracement. We have a buy side right there, that I know we're hunting. At this point, the action is just shitty. So, I mean, look at this. This is just garbage. So that's gonna be it on this day. There's nothing more I can do. I'm not gonna lose more than $300 on a day, and I know better. Um, so we're just gonna get on the 150K account if we want to do something else. That's really unfortunate because I don't think I did bad today. Honestly, I had plenty of patience with the news and with waiting for this choppy action to end. I finally see some healthy displacement. I'm thinking we're getting out of it. Nope. And then I flip my bias momentarily so we can grab these equal lows and, finally complete that retracement objective. But nope. I mean, we're just terrible. And it's only 10:35, so it really makes no sense that the action is this slow. It has to just be that, like, the buyers and sellers are so deadlocked. I'm really not sure. I liked my risk on that trade too. Having my risk up here would be nonsense. And I would just be losing more money at the end of the day. So I really want to take another micro trade, but I don't want to lose another $100 to this nonsense. I mean, this action just all seems garbage now that I'm out of my trades. So yeah, let's just wrap it up. I don't even think it's worth trading on the 50K account. There's nothing. There's literally nothing here. And I'm assuming now is when the market feels like grabbing those lows, but it's not a surprise. But yeah, no, I wouldn't trade it anyways. This is literally choppy action. Like, I wanted this because at this moment in time, right, if you replay this, right here, we're finally getting out of the choppy action. Like, we finally have displacement, like good displacement, like this displacement that I know we can retrace to. So, like, I have absolutely zero complaints about this first trade I took. I would do it again. uh, and then especially the way we touch into it, this is just ridiculous. We had the retracement as well. This was absolutely discount. We had a small SMT here. I have no complaints on that. So then on our next one, we flipped momentarily. We have a small bearish fair value gap. If we really want to take these lows right now, like the market was saying it wanted to, because this is super strong. Like, this is just not making sense. So we flipped the bias. The trade's going like semi well, and then boom, we're extremely choppy. So it's just I can't do anything about that really. Um, so yeah, I think we're just done for the day. I don't know what else to look for. I don't know what you know. I'm looking at this and I'm just kind of disgusted. All right, so let's write these trades down. I think I've gotten my thoughts through pretty well on how I feel about all of this. So some days you just can't win. So I guess that's what I have to come to terms with. The two trades, nothing more I can do. What this really is making me think about though is that the progress on this 50K account is so slow. And like I was saying the other day, like with the 150K account, I really care about using it. Um, it's almost making me want to switch the accounts right now. Like, I almost want to just go onto the other account and like prioritize the other account. I mean, because this is just so slow to make any progress on. Like, the reason I say that is because on the 50K account, it's all the same. Like, yeah, you have to hit. This is kind of a point I was making yesterday when I was talking to people about the size accounts and like how I feel about using each one and like being ready to size up and being comfortable. I feel comfortable. I feel almost too comfortable on the 50K account now, right? So that's number one. Number two is I'm really fleshing out my recipe to the point where like these trades that went negative on me, I don't care. Like, I don't feel like I could have done much more correctly, right? And then the third thing is like you're paying $50 a month and you're already accepting that it's gonna take over a month to like hit these goals. Like, it takes a long time to steadily do this progress, and I'm paying $50 a month for this, and like if I was trading on my own real accounts, number one is I would be losing and gaining this for real. So like I'm not losing or gaining anything right now, and I haven't since I've started trading in general. Right? So, I have to work soon in the fall, and I want to cash out on something. I don't want to just be making small bucks and then, I finally cash out and it's like, $1,000. Like that would suck. Right? And that's kind of what I'm looking at here with the 50Ks. I'm not really going to cash out very nicely. Like you see here, I just this progress is so slow, it's so steady that I kind of am beginning to not like the 50K account at all. Like it's just too long. And so the point I'm trying to make here is when you get on the 150K account, right? Everything is almost the same. It looks the same. But if you know how to do math and and you've especially played poker, you understand about scaling up, you're going to realize that this being 9,000 is actually broken because you hitting 3 times the profit on 3 times sized account should be at least 30% easier. Because not only that, but my risk tolerance is $3,000 as well. So, like, put this into perspective. If I was trading the absolute limits of the account in one trade like a fool, right? If I was risking $1,000 to make the 3,000 on the 50K account, it's just not possible, right? It doesn't make it's not gonna work. So, like, scale it by half, 500 for 1,500. Yeah, you can do that, but it's pretty risky. Meanwhile, here, if you risk 1,500 and you make 4,500, it's like it feels. It's just that I feel like the math works out because you know that you're losing trades anyways, and you know that you're winning trades as well, and you know that winning those trades is gonna outweigh losing those trades. So I think that the fact that the magnitude between the two is a lot bigger actually helps you get to the profit target sooner. So it's getting to the point where like, I feel more comfortable coming from here and making it to 9,000 than I do on the 50K account because this can be done in like, you know, 15 days where on the 50K account it's going to take me like 30 days now because of that one negative day. And that sucks to even think about, but I have to look at it on a realistic lens and I only have till really August to get this done. And since I've started 20 days in, I'm not even up $1,000. I'm only up $500. That's one day of trading. That's one good day of trading. So it really like makes me almost want to take another trade right now because slow and steady wins the race, but at the same time, it costs money every month to keep doing this race. So if you're not doing the race efficiently, restart the race, right? That's kind of my mindset right now with it. So I'm gonna think on that, and we're gonna see how it goes. Maybe tomorrow, maybe in the PM. I'll put out another video if something happens. But I hope you guys enjoyed this and could learn something. Have a good one.